Hello and welcome back to Foundry. This is episode 2. My name's CJ here at Nine Finger Gaming. Now, in the last episode, we left off, we just built the research station. We set up a automated system to get us all the materials that we require. So each one of these is producing 40 technum rods per minute, and that's the 4 over here, and the 4 over here are doing 120 a minute. Now, we did have the research for the batteries, which I've gone ahead and completed, because what we're going to do today, we're going to set up our solar farm, and we're also going to set up automation of the science pack ones, so we can automate some of the science research that we are looking to do. So the first thing we're going to need to do today then is going to be our solar farm. So we're going to have to clear an area around the back here, get some foundations placed out here, take away some of these shrubs, and I'll bring you back in once I have got the area fitted out. So I'll see you in just a sec. Here we are. I've got this little section squared off. These are just to mark out where I'm going to be placing the solar panels and the batteries, so it'll be from behind here. We're going to have to craft up some solar panels and some batteries first, so I'm going to want 12 of those, and I'll take them 9 for now, but we do want to craft another 12. We'll also take the power poles. What we're also going to need is some more tachyon rods, technum rods, I believe that's what they're called. Just double check. We'll grab some anyway while we're here, as we do need them. So yeah, technum rods. So just a couple of stacks should do us for now. We'll have the crafting. So we craft 9. We want 1, 2. Oh, I do not want to craft another 14. I just want another 2. Let's cancel those off. So 12 of those, 12 of those, and we'll craft a few of those, and we're also going to need a few of those. Right, so they are now crafting up. Let's go over here, open the bag, and put those here. And now these fit in a 3x3. So we're going to have the panels facing forward. We're going to place them next to one another. And then we're going to go 2 back. And place in another 3. Oh, we probably are going to have to extend this out. Did that just grow right behind me? No sword just dug out that. Let's get some more foundations built. So this is going to go out to here. Oh, I believe I've changed the plane mode. Press Shift and X, that then changes it back to the horizontal. So let's get that now. Get our solar panels. There. There. So all we're really waiting for is for those items to craft up. But we're going to have 4 rows of 3 coming back. That will be our solar. That should do us for quite some time. And then the same with the batteries, we're going to have 12 batteries, but obviously we can extend the amount of batteries we can fit in. I believe the batteries are 2x3, so we're going to obviously still leave a 2 block gap, but we'll do 2x3 and then a gap, 2x3 and then a gap. So it is just waiting on these solar panels being crafted. And we're also going to want to craft up 1 assembler so we can have a look at the recipes for the science blocks. In fact, cancel that. I want 1, 2, 3 of those, and then we'll craft up 1 of those for now, just so we can have a look at those science block recipes. Got that. We just need another 3, and we'll have the amount that we're looking for. So there's 1 more, 2 more solar panels, and we'll be done. And then it'll get processing on those batteries. We'll get those all laid out. And 1 more. let's go check on our items, make sure we haven't run out of power. We may have run out of power. It seems like this side stopped. Oh, it hasn't. I can still view. Oh yeah, no power. So what we're going to need to do is grab some more. Grab some more of this. Uh, 71. I'll take one more and then we'll go and look at the biomass generator that is powering this. Seems like the all one's still working, yes. Let's top that up. This one has run out as well, so this has got no power. Yeah, but we're going to solve that problem shortly anyway. Once we place all this down, we aren't going to see any power coming in until the morning. But once the morning's come in, it should start charging the batteries by then, and we should start producing a net value on the power. So it's crafted all the solar panels, the batteries. So batteries are going to go here, again in rows of 3, with a 2-block gap. We're going to start off with 12 batteries. Obviously with this core covering a smaller area, we should be able to extend the batteries out with more batteries than we could with the solar panels. So we could actually build an extra 3 here on the end. I might actually go and do that. So let's cancel those, cancel those, cancel those for now, and we'll craft 2 of those, 3 of those, and some of those. 50 power poles, will that be enough? Probably not. Let's get 20 of those, and get those 3 of those. So this will be the final blow of batteries. There we go, all out of batteries. Let's get the power poles down here in the inventory. Now the power poles, I'm placing those in the middle here, in between the middle solar panel, and the same with the batteries, just here between the middle. Come on, more power poles please. Middle, they're all in the middle, yeah, middle. And then I want to remove these. And the reason I'm saving all this space back here is simply for the belts that we're going to need to feed into this machine here. We're going to need some more of those power poles. So I'm going to actually bring the power down the edge. So we'll connect those up just here. I could stop rolling, that would be great. And we're going to need the cables next. It's just crafting the last power pole. There we go. Now we probably are going to need some more power poles. We've got 8, but we need to get power all around the factory. So these then are going to connect all to these. We're probably going to have power poles coming down the side of here as well. And they will meet up at the front. And the same here. And here it's going to be a little awkward because I wanted to leave the 4-block space. Maybe we'll put those ones there. We'll get wired up and see how we go. So get these wired up, and then this one go to that one, this one to that one, and this one to this one, and this is how we're going to repeat the process until we get down to here, which is where it's then going to connect with this one here. In fact, I may be able to save myself some power poles. Go on construct mode. Let's take that one back. because these have 5 connection points, so we could connect this one to there, this one to here, so we could remove that one, and yeah, let me work this out. What we're going to do, we're going to work this all out, bring it back in, and then we will get everything else wired up. So I'm just going to get all these connected in the best way I can, without wasting too many of these power poles, and I'll bring it back and we are sorted. Right, so what I've done, I've linked them up as so. So we've got the 3 to the 1, 3 to the 1, 3 to the 1, and then these 3 link into that 1. And it's going to repeat here. So I've put this at the back, gives us room to expand further back here, and then these will connect down to this one, which connects to this one, which connects to over here. And what I haven't done is I haven't connected that to there. And basically what that'll do then, any power generated by these, which just waiting for the sun come up, will then start to charge the batteries over here. Now to get the power out of here is where the transformers come into play. So basically if we place down a transformer right here, let's place it there on the corner, if we then connect the transformer to that, this will then start to output power to the systems, which for us over here, that is going to power these. Just wait for that sun to come up and start generating us the power. Let's just go quickly check. So the sun angle 17, which means these are now generating power. If we click on the grid stat, we are getting a net gain, and I believe if we come over here, if these should be now powered. So yeah, they are powered. Is there anything in there? Let me take this out. Just double check that they are still powered. Yeah, so these are still powered, but they're not running at the moment because they are all full. So what we need to do now is run power all the way up to our other systems, and the easiest way to do that, obviously we can tidy this up in the future, but we'll go from here. We are looking to go out, so we run down the side. And if you're using the cable, so long as you've got power poles in your inventory, it will keep spawning them in front and connecting them to the cable automatically for you. So if we keep going, obviously if we do ever want to extend this, then we will have to change up the design. Now we are currently out of power poles. We can craft one more, but we are out of items. We're out of electronic components, which I believe is the rods. So let's just quickly grab ourselves a couple of stacks. Ooh, this won't have any in. Ooh, that's full, because obviously this system has been offline. Crafting, we don't want 59, but we will craft a fair few. So let's bring this cable out to here maybe, which will then allow us to go this way and get this connected up. So that's on this this line here. So that's the furthest point. That's the furthest point, and then I think we'll take it this way. So yeah, that is the furthest point we can go over here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take that out. We're going to put down another foundation, place our transformer, get our cable, and we're going to link these two together. This should now start to power all the system over here. So we'll get the items now flowing in. It's just a case now of taking these cables all the way up to our one at the top. So let's get started. That's the closest it can go. I'm just going to keep in the same straight line until we reach where the cable will no longer travel. Oh. I'm going to jump up there. Let's get around this side. Is that still on line? Yes, it is. So this does jump up quite a bit. Let's make our way up. We'll come from the top. Right, so as you can see, it won't build there, it won't build there. Here it's starting to level out. I think it's the high terrain that caused it to be a lot shorter. So yeah, that's going there. And then we are at this point here, so I'm going to bring this one to here. And we're going to change this out. Get the foundations. So we just want a 4. And we want a transformer. Get its power cables. And too far away. Oh, these have to be a lot closer, so we may have to change up where we put this one. Let's get back on the cables. Let's get this. Bring this over in this direction. Gonna have to go right out here. Let's go to here. That's got to be perfect. Go to there. And then connect in. So this now should be on an automated power system as well. So once we start using the materials again, we'll see those materials coming down that belt, and we can check on the power consumption just over here. Now, the next thing I want to do, let's get, did I build one? No, I didn't. Crafting, we want to build an assembler. Probably going to build 4. But first things first, we need to see what the cost is going to be for the assembler to build what we're looking to build. And what we're going to be looking to automate today is going to be the science pack ones for the initial research, so we can start that research underway. While I've got time, let's extend this out as far as we can go until we run out of blocks. Run out there, go to there. On our bag, get those assemblers out, and just gonna see what it is that we're gonna need for this crafting. So we're gonna need 10 machine parts and 8 technum rods, and they take 30 seconds to assemble. The technum rods, obviously we can bring those straight in. That's 8 technum rods, 16 every minute. Which really isn't a lot. If we say we're off 20, then what we could do is go with 1 rail, which produces 40 at a time, split that off into 2, which will give us enough for 2 of these. So 2 assemblers, crafting science packs, and the rods, obviously we've got to turn those the other item into, can I get that back off? Oh, in fact it does tell you on the screen, so that needs to then make, it then is 20 machine parts a minute. So let's have a look at the machine parts. The machine parts, they craft 40 a minute, so 1 machine could technically produce enough enough machine parts for 2 machines. Let me just double check that. For 1 machine, was it? For 2 machines, yeah. So 1 belt of each can work 2 machines. So we'd have to have 1 of these going into 1 of these to produce machine parts, and then that output can provide 2 machines. And same with 1 of these, this can split into 2 and also provide to 2 of these machines producing the science packs. So what we're going to do then, we're going to have to build another 2 assemblers. We're going to need 6 in total, 2 for machine parts and 2 for the science packs. Now the science packs, 4 for the science packs, sorry. So we're going to have the science packs set up, there'll be 4. And then machine parts, they'll be another 2. Oh, still waiting for that other one to craft. And the way we should organise this, we're going to need the rods to come straight up for each machine. So we could have 1 rail going up one side, 1 rail going up the other side, and then the machine parts, those, just to check, 20 and machine parts 40. So yeah, we're going to have one machine crafting these, so that rail can go up the inside. So we're going to have a 2-block gap between these. Have another one here producing 2-block gap. In fact, they can be right next to one another. These can be right next to one another. These will produce the machine parts. The machine parts will then go up between the center of these, the 2 rails. One will take out to one side, one will take out to the other side. It should produce enough to then pass over to the next machine where that will take out, that will take out. And then the outputs of these machines, probably output from the back, come up and over because they produce 2 per minute. So we're going to produce 2, 4, we're going to produce 8 per minute. So they can all just merge onto one belt that will then come around the back and get loaded into the machine. And I've just thought about my spacing over here. This isn't going to be enough space because the loaders take up a load here, and obviously we've got 4 openings at the rear, so we're going to need this row empty here as well. So I may have to push all this back, but I'll do that in between episodes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this all laid out. I'll bring you back in just before we start the system up, and we'll see how it all works. So I'll see you all in just a minute. Right, I've got all this piped in. So I've got the 2 full rows of the rods, which will supply the science pack assemblers, and we've got the 2 full rows of the plates, which will provide the machine parts makers. So both of these are going to here. The amount that comes out here can be split between the 2 here. So as this outputs, it'll input to this one, should fill up pretty quickly, which then will input to this one, and the same on the other side. And over here we'll have these outputting onto the central rail here. This one will output and have to go round and onto this rail, and the same with that one there, that'll come round and go out. And the rods are simply just going to come straight up the side into this one to fill that one, into this one to fill that one, and the same on the other side. So all we've got to do now is connect up all of these. So we'll just get these connected. That one there and that one there, and they should start producing. What I do want to put in over here, I do want to put a buffer box. So if it was that we do get a lot, we can store them. Put that on input, put that on output. I'm also going to want a input right there. So place that down there and bring the line round to here. Right, and as you can see, I've already queued up the loaded second lane. Because what we can actually do once we've got the second lane loaded, we can technically look to shorten this down. Probably could have put them there as well to get rid of the use of the conveyors here in the centre. But yeah, with the second lane loaders, we could just have the 2 lanes down here with the rods, plates, well, machine parts. And then we could have just had one single belt up the middle, a 1-block gap, that would then feed out the outputs straight onto the central rail. So once we've got those loaders, second lane loaders, we will just quickly remodel this and get it looking a lot neater and smaller. Let's just have a look, see if those items are working. That does need to be there. I'm guessing this one's out as well. Yeah. As you can see, yeah, those are filling both of those machines. It seems as though it's still got quite a bit of excess because they're not going down as fast as you'd like. So they went down there, but that wasn't a lot. They got these making machine parts. These some are passing through, others aren't. I must have just finished the craft, and that's now maxed out at 30. So I'm going to start to fill this machine. Because it can get enough by the time this machine's crafted. this is now taking them. Does that have enough for craft? Got 9 and 24. It takes 9 and a few rods. So yeah, the rods are building up really quickly. I'm not too sure why these hold 4. As you're aware, these over here only hold about 6. I'm guessing it's holding the maximum requires 1 craft. These will hold up to 6, and obviously that craft is slightly larger, requiring more parts. That's probably what that is down to. I really do wish it was splitting up separately though, sharing the bolts. These take at 1200 items a minute as well, so they're always gonna prioritize the first machine. It doesn't look like the second machine is getting enough though. Ooh, that one is 1 short. So when this is processed, it's then gonna have to wait. Oh, it's just started to come in there. So yeah, there is just enough time to get enough items in this one to process. And then obviously it's pumping out the science packs, which are then going around and into the machine. So yeah, it is working fine. It just didn't seem as if it was working properly. But as I said, once we've got those other science packs unlocked, what I can then do is probably bring these ones apart by 1. Yeah, move this one across by 1. Have their output onto a second line. Oh, so I'll move them actually to here. Sorry. Have them output onto a second line over here, which will come up the side. These will then take from the second line, and then it'll be just one central line up the centre that will pass all the items up here. So that will simplify that up for us. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wait for those to unlock. We're only waiting on another 7 of the science packs, so just going to wait for those 7 science packs to come through, unlock the second lane loaders, and we'll reposition all of this and bring back in and show you how we've done. Now we've got all this in, let's just have a look at the grid power. We are still accumulating grid power as well, which means we've got more than enough solar panels to charge the batteries and cover the power usage for all these systems. So we've got this miner over there, miner at the top, and all the smelter and these assemblies here. So I'm just going to cut away then. I'll come back once we've got the second lane loaders. I think the next research that I will go for is going to be the conveyor distributors. So I'll get that started and underway. There we go. Oh, we've got the second loaders, so let's just have a look to see what it takes to craft those. So it takes plates, machinery parts and components. Plates and machinery parts are from the same thing, so plates become the machinery parts. So let's grab 2 stacks of those, and I believe it said machine parts, electronic components, which is crafted from the rods right here. Is it just rods? Yeah, Techno rods. So both these items, the machine parts, take plates. There's 3 here, but just for the same item. So 1 rod makes 2 wires, and 2 wires and a rod makes a electronic components. So with that one, really, you could split down 1 belt. It's half a second. I'd have to do the math on it, but half a second to create 2 wires, and then 1 second with a rod to create electronic components. So I'd have to go through that. Maybe we could use just 1 belt, split it in 2 with the distributor, send one side up to machines with this, one side to create these, and then the wire coils would go up, and both would then go in to create the electronic components. But that is getting a lot ahead of myself. What I'm going to do then, we're going to craft up a few of the loader second lanes. 20 should be enough, so I'm going to get those crafted up. I'm going to get everything repositioned. I'll bring you back in, give you a quick look at the more neater layout. So I'll see you in just a tick. It's all sorted now. So basically what we've got here, we've got the plates coming into here. They go out on the bar belt and then they are made into the machine parts. And then the rods, they still come off the side where they are pulled in. So these are pulled in over the second loaders, and then all the outputs come out from this side straight onto this rail here. Just double checking I've set them all up to science match. Yes, I have. Is that full yet? Nearly will be. So as soon as they are full, they'll start processing a lot quicker, and these ones will get filled up. I'm just waiting to see that happen. So yeah, it's got to wait a while until that fills up. As I said, I believe these need three times the amount. Twice the amount. Like so, they're holding up for 2 recipes, I believe. Let me just double check. We didn't build another one. Let's quickly build. Just got one. Let's quickly build one of them. Just check on that recipe. I'm almost certain they hold 3. So if we go on here, it's going to tell me missing building blocks. Yeah. Let's place it on a full square. There should do. Yeah, I think they hold around 3 of what it costs. So yeah, it costs 10 machinery parts. Let's go back to there. It costs what? 10 machinery parts and 8 technic rods, so that'd be 30 and 24. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, 24, that's and 30, and then it starts to craft. So it has to hold up to 30. So what may work out better in the end then is bringing this out probably from this one here, going straight into the. I haven't set the research. So going straight into the conveyor distributor. That did straight away. What we'll do then, we'll quickly just set that up. So let's get those off there. Let's get the crafting menu up. We'll craft 10 of those just so we've got them. So let's quickly take that out. And quickly take that out. Take that out for now. We may have to put that back in. Let's go do the same on the other side. So take that out. Let's take all these extras out for now while we sort this out. Yeah, because we're getting enough throughput for these, and with it's only being told 24, and we get a lot of throughput. There's only 16, but technically it's getting 40 down here, 20 is going in there, 20 is going in there, where this is production, so they're coming out at a much steadier rate. So it's just going to keep going through and taking everything that we're chucking out there. So what we could do then is get this come out from here. It would be on the outputs. Then we would also need distributors. So then we get a distributor here, which will feed straight into that one there, and it's falling off there. And then the final one would come straight into here, so that will then evenly distribute them out as they go in. So as they are going to go in, it will evenly distribute them out, so they will both get their fair share. So if I leave that one there, leave that one there, place one there, place that one there, we'll get a piece there, get our distributor in there, and then just cable that one in. So that now should link to there. Yep, that's correct. We really need to extend this side out so I've got a bit more space. And then the final thing we need is just the loader, and it's on output. Yep. So that will output to those. And now there'll be even distribution through those. So that should increase its throughput just slightly, because we're not waiting for one to fill up to then provide to the other. And the rate at which the rods coming in, they have not really dropped, it's building up relatively quickly. So looking at that now, we should see more technology going in quicker. I'm gonna next go for the inventory space, then I'll go for the mining drill speed and the railings. We'll leave the research 2 tab till last because we want to get the lights. Doors, we will just get them while we're in the early process. Probably do that one off camera because I can't really see us building buildings right yet, but it will be nice to have that unlocked, and also with the stairs and signs, get them just unlocked separately. Right, so that will do it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed today's episode, as always, do feel free to leave a like. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be updated on new and upcoming content that I provide, then please feel free to subscribe. Thank you.